Welcome back to the Essentially You podcast, all about reinventing your health with safer, cheaper, more effective natural solutions and powerful lifestyle changes so that you become the CEO of your health. I am your host, Dr. Mariza Snyder. Happy Christmas Eve and happy holidays. I know that a lot of magic and connection is going down today, so I decided to share a bonus episode that I created during the first month of this podcast. Ooh, that feels so long ago. Today's episode is focusing on why creating a morning ritual will change your life. Quick question. Do you have a morning ritual? And if so, how does it make you feel? If you don't have a morning ritual, would you be open to a mini upgrade for the new year and the new decade? Having a morning ritual changed everything for me. It was one of the first rituals I created for myself when I realized that I needed self-care to thrive every single day. I was feeling depleted and exhausted all of the time, and I knew I needed to implement something, and a morning ritual felt like the simplest ritual to pull off and justify. Because yes, for some reason, I felt the need to justify it to myself at the time. Before I had a morning ritual, my day would start off as a chaotic whirlwind, dedicated to other people's demands and needs. I would immediately wake up, check my phone, and I would get caught up in other people's requests and their stuff, and it made me anxious. Goodness knows, it was a great way to amp up the cortisol and the stress for my day, but it definitely didn't serve me over time. I'd wake up feeling depleted, unfocused, and I found myself pouring all of my energy into everyone else and had nothing left for me at the end of the day. I would look at my to-do list at night, and I was lucky to cross off half of my most pressing priorities. Have you felt that way some days? Maybe every day? When I decided to shift my morning routine and start my day with morning self-care rituals that focused on fueling me up, everything else in my life shifted as well. I learned the hard way that self-care is a non-negotiable for survival because the alternative is exhausting. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish. It's a necessity and vital for your health and happiness. And the perfect way to do it is by carving out a small amount of time every morning just for you. Whether it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes, simply starting the day focused on you and your well-being can change everything. In today's episode, I hope to set you up for success in 2020 and beyond. I hope that you enjoy this episode and all of my self-care ritual tips as much as I loved creating it for you. Let's get on with the show. Do you ever forget to take care of yourself, especially in the morning? I have a feeling that the answer is yes. And the reason why I say that is because there were many years where I did not take care of myself, particularly in the morning. And what I learned is that when we stop prioritizing our self-care, everything else follows in suit. Your confidence is depleted, your energy is zapped, you may be operating in mental fog where it's hard to care about anything or anyone. And I remember being so exhausted, I really didn't care about anything. Now, self-care, I have learned, is an important part of our wellness ritual, and it often goes by the wayside in our overscheduled, hyper-connected world. Consumed by being busy, we often forget to take time for ourselves and take time to just take care of our bodies. We tend to place other people's needs before our own health care and suffer the health consequences over time. Especially we as women, we are serving everyone else. We are taking care of all the obligations. And then one day we wake up and realize that, oh my gosh, I have not been taking care of myself. For me, that happened after many years of self-care neglect. And I had to really start to reshape and reframe the way that I took care of myself so that I could show up bigger and better for the people that I really wanted to serve. So as you can imagine, the consequences are you're wreaking havoc on your mood, your energy, your sleep, your weight, and overall quality of life. Now, practicing self-care rituals really are about creating mindfulness and bringing balance to your life. Now, I don't necessarily believe that everyone or anyone can have a balanced life, but really what I'm talking about is just creating time and space for yourself so that you have the energy, have the vitality, really feel the way that you want to feel so that you can go and do the things that you do best. That's what I mean by creating balance, just having that space in your life where you get to focus on your health and then get to focus on other people as well. Now, when I think about rituals being designed to help us celebrate moments of magic wherever we are. I think about oftentimes, what is the reason why we're here? Why do we show up and wake up every single day? Why do we do what we do? Why do we work? And ultimately, I think what a lot of us are looking for is we want to be happy. We want to be happy. We want to be around our friends. We want to be filled with joy. And I think about how there are so many times during the day where we can really create those moments of magic, that we get to create those, that life is punctuated with those moments. And specifically, when we attune ourselves to what I call the magic of being present, wherever we may be, really gratitude in those moments allow us to honor each of them as sacred and to allow us to show up with that grace. So when establishing self-care rituals, one of the things that I love to bring into play and one of the things that I utilize to kind of keep myself on track for taking care of me is by using essential oils. You guys know I love essential oils, and essential oils to me act as the bridge for maintaining and supporting daily and weekly habits. Essential oils help me to regain more energy, more focus, help me to stave off of cravings. Oils are great for sleep. They're great for managing head tension. I mean, name it. I use them in pretty much all of the rituals that I do. And when we talk about setting the tone for your day, we talk about these morning rituals that can change your life, you're going to find that essential oils go so beautifully with those rituals because they make them easier to integrate. They bridge the gap to creating those habits that we know are going to move the needle, not only for the success that we want to have, but also for how we want to feel. And so what I love about oils, just in case you didn't know, is that they act as adaptogens. And that means that they really can go in and serve our bodies in many different ways, including mood support, hormones, immune system, and overall homeostasis. It's kind of like when your body's in its Goldilocks state of functioning when it comes to body temperature, metabolism, immune system, I mean, name it. Homeostasis is what we're really looking for. And then I love that when we use essential oils, I can really help to create whatever mood I want to be in. So they can be calming, energizing. They are great for supporting the body, right? When it comes to creating those moments. So I just wanted to share a little bit about why you're going to be hearing about oil recipes inside of this particular episode around creating those morning rituals and why they can have such a massive impact in the rest of your day. So next I want to ask you is, have you ever put thought into your morning routine? Because if you didn't know it or not, you actually already have a morning routine. Everyone has a morning routine, whether they realize it or not, especially when you don't think about it. So some people are specifically designing personal and empowering morning rituals, which is a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. And then others, however, may have gotten into the habit of snoozing their alarms repeatedly before dragging themselves out of bed, throwing on some clothes, barely grabbing coffee or a granola bar or a smoothie on their way out the door off to work. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you. That has definitely been my life for many years prior to actually having a conscious and thoughtful morning ritual. So I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of being the Tasmanian devil who takes a quick 5-minute shower, puts on makeup in less than 10 minutes, and just literally is running out the door, dashing through the kitchen to the car. That had been my life for many, many years. Literally living like a chicken with my head cut off in a lot of ways, just trying to get through this morning. So your morning self-care routine is all about setting the tone for your day. And wow, what a difference it has been taking it from this rush, getting it done in a half hour or less, to really allowing myself to set the tone for the day that I want to live. And there's this really great quote that I love that I always think about when I maybe fall back out of habit of some of my good routines. And that is by Lewis Hay, which is how you start your day is how you live your day. And how you live your day is how you live your life. So basically how I like to think about it is how you start your day is how you live your life. And sometimes it can be pure chaos. And the goal today is to help you create a little less chaos so that you can create the life that you want. Now, each day we get to choose the day that we're going to have, and morning rituals really allow us to create the reality that we want for our day. Morning is the opportunity to choose the speed for the day. And not every day is the same. If you wake up without a morning routine, you will be subject to a random speed depending on your coffee or blood sugar level. So, setting your body and your mind for success in the morning with rituals and routines will not only support you in the earlier part of the day, but it's really going to help you set the tone for the day, especially when you have a lot on your plate. I mean, you hear about all of the amazing entrepreneurs and health influencers who have these morning rituals. And the reason why they do that is because they do have so much that's going on that they really need that moment to kind of regroup and get it together. I mean, even Tony Robbins has a morning ritual that he does every single day. So what we're going to be talking about, or at least what I'm going to be sharing with you, is specifically morning rituals that can literally change your life in an hour or less each day. And many of the morning rituals that I'm going to be sharing with you, I personally do and know many other people, again, wellness influencers who do these every single day. Several years ago, when I was digging into morning rituals and routines to figure out exactly what was going to be right for me, I did a ton of research, and what I'm going to be sharing with you today is a lot of the biggest needle movers for you to begin to integrate. Now, what I want to mention before I get into these is just note, I am going to be listing a lot of different rituals, things that you can begin to integrate. And I recognize that by taking all of these on, that would feel very overwhelming and really counterintuitive. It wouldn't be counterproductive. And so what I do want to recommend is just start with one or two things that really resonate with you, things that feel really good for you. And it feel like, wow, if I integrate that into my life, I could really see how that is a major needle mover that would have me feeling more energetic. It would have me feeling like I really am going to tackle the day like a rock star. Now, some of the things I'm going to be mentioning too are super easy to integrate. Takes less than seconds, minutes to do. Others, you're definitely going to have to take a little bit more time, and it may be challenging initially to get into the routine of these things, but like all habits, like all routines, it takes a little bit of time to get back into those. So give yourself grace, give yourself permission to, I wouldn't call it fail, but just fall into the rhythm of what is going to feel good to you over time. So let's start with number one, and I'm going to choose this one as number one because this is one that completely changed my life, and that is gratitude journaling. So taking a moment to write down what you're grateful for in life is arguably one of the most important steps to what I consider a powerful morning routine. This is something that I've been doing for over 10 years, and I really can't imagine starting my day without this ritual. Now, this step to me is about personal growth, making positive daily change, and contributing to my self-care every morning. And it really only takes me 5 to 10 minutes. Now, all you really need is a notebook or a journal, a pen, and I always recommend having an essential oil that really just attunes you into that energetic frequency. I have a blend for you right now that I'm going to share. It's called the Abundance Blend. And then I'll tell you a little bit about the journal that I personally use. Like I said, you can use a pen and paper, you can use your computer, but there is a very specific journal that I love to use that I want to recommend. Before I do that, I want to share with you my Abundance Blend. Now, this blend I've been using every morning for years. It's great for mental focus. It's great for energy. It's great for lifting mood. I mean, all of those things come together with this blend. And I love to put it in my diffuser. So I do 2 to 3 drops of frankincense, 2 to 3 drops of wild orange, and 1 to 2 drops of peppermint. I let it run in my diffuser next to my journal. I have a whole little spot for this in my living room. And I breathe it in. I just really enjoy all of the aroma of that moment while I'm working in my journal. Now, the journal that I love to use is called Speed Dial the Universe. And what's so great about this journal is it's exactly that, right? I don't know if you believe in all the woo-woo stuff, but I do. And I love to speed dial the universe. I love to manifest what I want to have come true in my world. And I can't tell you how many years I've been using this journal, well, over 10. And I've had so many things come to life for me, so many opportunities, so many amazing miracles, really, because I've been writing in this journal. And so the first part of this journal is all about gratitude. And so writing down everything that you're grateful for. Then you get to pick the mood and the feeling that you want to have for that day. Then you get to set the tone for the 6 big rocks you're going to tackle. And then you get to just kind of put on paper what you want to have happen in your life. And it moves into even more amazing aspects of how to create the life by design. And I love this. It's all done in writing. I think you can get a digital version of it as well, but I've been writing in these journals for years. I have stacks of these journals that I've written in over the years. And sometimes I go back through them and I'm like, wow, I can't believe all of this has come to reality. So something to think about. I mean, there's a lot of great journals out there, but that's the one that I personally love. Now, the next ritual that I love is establishing a meditation practice. Now, I have a good friend of mine. She's my go-to meditation guru. Her name's Emily Fletcher, and she runs Ziva Meditation. And she has a whole talk that I just love. I'm going to have her in a future episode coming up. But she talks about how stress really makes us stupid. And what she means by that is when you're stressed, it's really hard to stay focused. It's really hard to be calm, to be rational. Again, you feel like you're a little bit out of control. And what she talks about is how meditation can really get you set up to be focused, to slow down brain waves, to make everything more organized so that you're really functioning in that peak performance state. And that's really what she talks about, is how you can leverage meditation to become more focused, be a better performer, and to really show up in the work that you love to do. So I always recommend to set up a sacred space in your home where you can sit in silence and tune in inward, taking deep breaths that again allow us to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, that relaxed set of nervous system. In that state, you're releasing endorphins in the bloodstream and you're allowing the brain to emit all of those wonderful, happy hormones and happy neurotransmitters. And this really helps us to not only be present, but to keep peace of mind, maintain a practice of gratitude. And the great thing about meditation is it can be 5 minutes long, it can be 15, 20 minutes long, really depends on your time and your need. And what I love about this is I oftentimes do meditation after my journaling. So I just continue to use my abundance blend, or I use a citrus oil like wild orange or grapefruit or lemon, because all those really amazing monoterpenes that are great for, again, boosting those happy neurotransmitters in the brain and just really filling myself and my body with a lot of gratitude. So I love those oils. Wild orange is known as the essential oil of abundance. And so for me, that is my go-to everyday oil, especially in the morning. Next thing I want to recommend, one of my other favorite rituals is exercise and or yoga. A good professor told me once, this amazing professor said that motion is life. And I truly believe that to be true, that as we continue to move our bodies well into our 80s, 90s, even maybe hundreds, the more that we continue to keep our bodies moving, our mind moving, we're going to thrive and live just that high quality life that we're looking to live. So moving your body in the morning is great for feeling energized, loving your heart, as you can imagine, and getting focused on the tasks for the day. So I recommend a 10 to 15 minute brisk walk or 5 to 10 minutes of yoga in your living room. That is going to be the thing that really gets you up and running and get your blood pumping in a good way. Now, when it comes to oils, I do love some peppermint and grapefruit or peppermint and wild orange. Just kind of give me that little boost so I can get out the door. Now, when it comes to yoga, there's so many different ways to tune into yoga, but you could do yoga sun salutations. And if yoga isn't your jam, I just recommend getting outside in nature. It's amazing what 10 minutes in nature can do for your energy levels, getting all that fresh air into the lungs, oxygenating the brain. I mean, there's such a big win on that. And if you can't do an outdoor exercise in the morning, I recommend just 10 minutes at some point during the day where you can really just tune in to being in nature. Those are one of my favorite things to do every single day. Now, the next thing, this is an easy one. And this is one, not only is it a great ritual, but also it's kind of a necessity. And that is all about getting hydrated. So make water a priority every single morning. When you start your day without an adequate amount of water, you tend to remain dehydrated for the rest of the day and you feel sluggish. And oftentimes people mistaken dehydration for hunger. Usually people really are needing water more than they're needing food. So if ever you're feeling hungry during the day, try to drink a glass of water first and see how you feel, especially around cravings. Now, as you guys know, hydrating your cells with water is one of the best things that you can do. I recommend 1 to 2 pints of water a day. And actually, I have another little routine that I do every morning, and that is to reset the digestive system and support the liver. And I do probably about 2 to 4 ounces of water. This is before I get into my bigger amount of water. But 2 to 4 ounces of water, I do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then I do a half of a lemon squeezed. And this is, again, 2 to 4 ounces, kind of like a shot. And I just shoot it down to really support the digestive system and the liver. But then I then do 1 to 2 pints, 16 to 32 ounces of water in the morning, just replenish, because it's important. You're going to get more mental clarity, more energy. You're going to get a better mood boost. And it goes without saying that when we hydrate first thing in the morning, we are replenishing all the fluids that we lost from sweating or going to the restroom throughout the evening so that our cells are truly functioning properly, right? Our cells need that good water so that they can communicate information to other cells in the body. So if you're not a big water drinker, I always recommend to dress up your water with an infusion of herbs or fruits, spices, whatever that may be. I don't know if you know, but I actually wrote a book on water infusions for detoxifying the body. It's called the Water Infusion Book, I think. I always forget. You can find it very easily. And I actually pulled a recipe for you that I wanted to share today, which is my detox and renew water infusion. And it is, you take a half a cup of cucumbers sliced, 1 lemon sliced like into little wheels, and then a half a cup of blueberries. So in a small bowl, I like to muddle the blueberries and I like to muddle the lemon together. Then I combine the muddled lemon, blueberries, and cucumbers into a 2-quart glass pitcher, this perfect little round pitcher that I use. And then I fill it all the way up to the top. I refrigerate this after stirring it for a couple of hours. And then I just drink it in a glass cup, or I have a water bottle I take with me, and it's perfect. You can pretty much use this infusion for a couple of days, and then you'll need to make a new one. That's a great way to get water into your diet without having to just drink plain water. So depending on how you roll, I personally love plain water, but I wanted to give you an idea for how to get not only good water, but antioxidants from the blueberries, the lemons, all of the good stuff that you can put in them. And you can play with this. You can add mint, you can add basil. There's lots of different types of infusions. I believe I have over 100 infusion recipes in my book. Now, the next thing is all about fueling you. Now, this ritual, I probably started around the same time that I started my gratitude journaling. I did bring a lot of these rituals all at once. This was during a time where I was recovering from severe adrenal deregulation, and I was just a hot mess when it came to my hormones. And I was looking for ways to really set the tone for the day. So the journaling came into play, the water, the smoothies, the getting outside in nature. All of these are things I've been doing for quite some time, meditation, yoga. But daily green smoothies are where it's at. And I've been an avid green smoothie drinker since I met the green smoothie girl, who's now a good friend and sister to me, Robin Openshaw. Now, drinking green smoothies every day is by far one of the easiest and best habits that you can do when you want to see improvement in your energy levels. And drinking a green smoothie for breakfast is also a phenomenal way to start your day. It only takes a couple of minutes to prepare, and it's absolutely my best daily tip or habit that will increase your nutritional intake by an entire 700%. And I think we could all use a little bit more nutrients and fuel into our diet that's really serving our cells. Now, I do my green smoothie on the go in the morning, and I usually sip it. I've sipped it in the car. I'll take it everywhere. And I love it because it really does set me up for success. It makes me feel full longer. I know that I'm getting all of those good critical nutrients that are going to serve my body. And it's a habit that I have fallen in love with over the years. Now, if the 700% isn't convincing enough, it's always so great to know that green smoothies increase your fiber intake, which we are so desperately in need of. We normally only get like less than 11 grams when we really need around 40 grams of fiber every single day. And so you're getting your veggie intake ramped up, anywhere between 5 to 7 servings of vegetables in a green smoothie, and you get a little bit of servings of fruit as well. And to me, it's absolutely delicious. And so super easy to do. It takes me less than 5 minutes to make in a high-speed blender. I have a Vitamix and I love, love, love it. But I want to just really quickly share with you one of my favorite green smoothie recipes that I've been making for years, and that is a Love Your Liver green smoothie. So my Love Your Liver green smoothie, again, especially for women working on hormones, loving your liver is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. So what I love to do is I do 3 handfuls of greens or spinach, totally up to you, whatever greens you love. You could do mixed greens, kale, chard, whatever they have. They actually pre-sell so many different mixes. You just can mix and match them. Then I love to do 10 to 15 mint leaves, a small bunch of parsley. So I just like pull off a bunch of parsley, put it in there, or dandelion greens. Both parsley and dandelion greens are great at flushing the liver. I love mint because it just tastes good and it's got lots of great properties as well. Then I do a half a cup of frozen or fresh berries. Blueberries are my personal favorite. I just buy big bags, like Costco bags of organic blueberries. But you can do a mixed berry blend, totally up to you. Half an avocado because I love them creamy. You guys know how much I love avocado. 2 cups of water, or you could do coconut water, totally up to you, and then a high quality protein powder. And then I always love to add a teaspoon of matcha green tea powder as well. My favorite to add. It doesn't have any flavor or taste to it, and it just adds all of those powerful antioxidants. You guys, I love matcha. So you can play around with this and create whatever you like, but this is definitely a great liver green smoothie. I think this makes 2 16-ounce, so 2 pints, which is great. And then you can just drink that over the course of your morning. Super easy to do. Next is the shower ritual. Now, this is a very, very easy ritual to come into play, probably the fastest one you can put into work as well. And as you all know, we all take showers. We have to take showers at some point, day or night, to clean our bodies. For me, I am a morning shower kind of girl. I love it because it helps me wake up feeling refreshed. And this ritual really gets me in the mood to create just amazing things throughout the day. So each morning, get into the shower. Hopefully, I'm a hot, steamy shower kind of girl. And I make up a blend. And the oils that I love to use, I have a 2-ounce little spray bottle in the shower. It's always there. And it has a combination of essential oils. And I'm going to share with you my favorite blend in just a moment. But I love citruses. I love mints, eucalyptus, cardamom. Those are all great oils that can invigorate the senses. So grapefruit, wild orange, peppermint, eucalyptus. Again, you can create your own pre-made shower blend, totally up to you. But one of the ones I want to share with you is my Coastal Living shower blend. Now, this particular shower blend reminds me of being in the Santa Cruz coastal mountains, where you get the combination of the coast and the redwoods. One of my favorite, most magical places to go. My husband actually grew up in Santa Cruz, and we got married in Santa Cruz as well on the beach. So lots of nostalgia around this blend. And I love it too because all of the oils in here are great for focus, are great for concentration, are great for boosting memory, and are great for uplifting the mind. So I love all the brain boosting benefits of this blend as well. So I'd fill up this little 2-ounce spray bottle with water, and then I add 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of cedarwood, 5 drops of rosemary. You could even do a little bit less. You can play with that. I would say 2 to 5 drops of rosemary, and then 10 drops of wild orange. I mix it all up together and then just spritz it all around my head and just breathe in the aroma in the shower. And oh, it smells so incredible. And it's just a moment to enjoy all that aroma and to just, sometimes it inspires good ideas. Sometimes it inspires gratitude. It's just a moment for me to really just help to set the tone for the day. The next one I love is typically after I take a shower, and this is adorning your way to a good mood. So there is science that shows that how and what you wear influences the way that you feel. So it's really reframing getting dressed in the morning to adorning yourself and just really preparing yourself for the day, dressing yourself for the mood that you want to embody. Now, how I like to do this is I love to adorn myself with essential oils every day. So I take this ritual a step further. Not that I am not very conscious on what I put on, but I'm conscious about what oils I want to wear. So I love to adorn myself with mood boosting essential oils as a part of my adorning ritual. I tend to choose oil blends that will support my mood. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to choose blends and oils that really just get you into the kind of mood that you want to create. And it's all about feeling good, right? It's all about feeling good and rocking your power. So one of the oil blends I wanted to share with you today is my Superwoman blend, but I wanted to give you a couple of other ideas. When you're putting these oils on, I want you to be applying them to the wrist, the ankles, the neck, collarbone, maybe the temples, back of the ear, wherever you want to put it, that really gets you in that zone of rock starness. And then you can totally be your own alchemist and create whatever blend that resonates with you and your abundance mindset. For me, I love oils like clary sage, bergamot, jasmine, ylang-ylang, sandalwood. These are all gorgeous oils. And for me, I've created my own little blend around these oils called my Superwoman blend. And I talk about my Superwoman blend a lot in our emails. I do Facebook Lives on it. And this blend is not only transformed my life, but helped to support my hormones, help to balance mood, help to reduce stress levels. I mean, my gosh, I love a blend that gets it all done, right? And that's why I consider this my Superwoman blend, and it smells amazing. Now, how the Superwoman blend works is I always put it in a 10 ml roller bottle, and you can get them anywhere, right? 10 ml roller bottles are super easy to find. I like ones that are really pretty. And so I have these metallic ones that I use that I just love. And so in this 10 ml roller bottle, the recipe is 12 drops of clary sage, which is one of my go-to hormone-loving essential oils, 10 drops of lavender for all the calming benefits, 5 drops of cedarwood, just really adds a little richness to it, but it's great for mood support. 5 drops of geranium, which is like the woman's oil. I mean, this oil does so much for the body, helps the liver to process toxins. It is phenomenal for skincare. It's great for just helping to support the adrenals. I mean, all the things that we really want to focus on for women. And then 4 drops of ylang-ylang, which is just, it's sweet, it's wonderful, it's libido boosting, it's a heart-loving oil as well, so it's great for the heart. And so this combination just not only smells great, but really just brings so many different attributes to serving us as women. All the oils go into the roller bottle, and then I top it off with my favorite carrier of choice, which is fractionated coconut oil. But you could use whatever you like: almond seed oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, get in where you fit in, whatever one works for you. And then I roll it over, again, my pulse point, so my neck, my ankles, my wrists, behind my ears. And then I love to roll it over my palm, take some deep breaths. So if I were to put it on my palm, I'd rub my palms together, take a deep breath, blow it out, and then just rock that superwoman stance. So putting my hands on my hips, taking those deep breaths, letting all of those aromatic constituents go into the lungs, go into the brain, have that powerful impact on the limbic brain, and just really reset the system. So I'm feeling like that superwoman that I know that I can be. So I hope you try this blend out. If you do try the blend out, let me know, because I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear how much you like it or what you think of it and how it's really serving you in your life on a day-to-day basis. Now, the last ritual I'm excited to share with you is all about reading and learning. And I think that this is such an important thing for a morning ritual, is to just educate yourself on topics that really pique your interest, that you want to learn more about. So I always love to focus on reading something fascinating, reading something that's going to help me become a better person or help me in my business. And so I always want to recommend to take it upon yourself to learn something new every single day, because you never know when your newfound knowledge is going to come in handy for a project that you're working on, for a conversation that you're in. You just never know. Now, even if you don't incorporate every single thing listed here, I wanted to just emphasize that really the part of a lot of this, either reading and learning every single day for a couple of minutes, I usually say 5 to 10 minutes, or doing the shower exercise, or creating that superwoman blend, or making a green smoothie, or drinking water in the morning. The great thing about this is, even if you don't incorporate more than 1 or 2 things, just know that every single one of these rituals, or rituals that you create in your life, are going to help you to create success, not only in your personal life, but also in your professional life. So what I want you to do is just take a moment, jot down some of the things that really connected and resided with you today. It could have been the shower ritual. It could have been meditation. It could have been just the gratitude journaling. Whatever it was, write it down on paper and look at your calendar, because I always think calendaring it in is going to be a big part of that. See where you can carve out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes of your day in the morning that is really just about you, before you pick up your cell phone, before you begin to address other people's needs. Because the moment you look at your cell phone, the moment you start checking your email, your time isn't your time anymore. It belongs to somebody else, because now you are serving somebody else. What if you wake up in the morning and you read an email and someone's got an issue? There's a problem at work, or maybe you are taking care of somebody who sends you a crazy email. And I mean, my gosh, that will send you topsy-turvy into a whole nother level of drama. Maybe your sympathetic nervous system spikes, you're in fight or flight mode. I mean, so much can happen in that time when you relinquish your time over to somebody else, like to your emails, to your social media. So do your best to just put the phone aside, or put the computer aside for a minute. Focus on you. Focus on taking care of your needs, so that you get to create the day that you want to create. And then you really can serve those people later on when you're in the right mindset, because you just cannot believe how much of an impact this is going to have on your life. So for now, I want to invite you to focus on whatever is important for you and whatever inspires you most on this list. And the main thing that I want you to take away from this is that your morning routine has a tremendous impact on your attitude, your day-to-day life, and your overall health. And to be honest, it is just too important to shrug off and to ignore. You deserve the life that you want to live. This is one of the best ways to get you off on the right foot. So one of the things I love to do when it comes to getting all of these ideas of inspiration is I love to get into action. I'm kind of an action-driven girl. My husband laughs at me all the time. He knows how action-driven I am. And so what I wanted to do is, I know that I mentioned a lot of things today, but I do have a really special bonus for you in order to set you up with success. And that is based on the morning rituals and the evening rituals that I have personally done over the years. A lot of those rituals are actually in this guide so that you have them to look at. I don't know about you, but I love to be able to look at these things in writing so that I can put them in action. So I'm going to be giving you my top 11 wellness ritual guide that contains morning and evening rituals that will create amazing instant wins throughout the day for you. And all you got to do is you got to just go to the link in my show notes for this episode, which is on my website, drmariza.com/episode 9. That is drmariza.com/episode number 9. And there you'll be able to grab my top 11 wellness ritual guide. It includes all the recipes and everything we talked about today so that you can begin to really start to implement that into your life.